like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, everybody? Welcome to Woodward Sports. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Spencer Raxter. Eazy is here. Jerry is here. Nick is here. Chris is here. The gang's all here. But I have an important announcement to make. Now, I don't like to do this. I like to show all our sponsors love and individuals, and a lot of things have benefited me and benefited my life greatly. Planet Fitness being one of them. Great sponsors here. This is hands down the best thing that has ever happened to Woodward Sports. The massage chair house is amazing. Like I said, it's got 20-minute. You can hook up your Bluetooth to it. So I got I had it on the super aggressive mode, and I was playing SZA. Like that's the closest I'll ever get to banging SZA. It was awesome, man. I can't wait to do it every day. Shout out the massage chair house for bringing in one of their Pharaoh editions to put in there, to put in the Maz chair. Yeah, by far the greatest thing that has ever happened. Love it very much. I'm sad I'm going to be missing 2 days of it. Honestly, it makes me want to call my brother and be like, "Yo, sorry, can't do it." He's rich. I told Jesse as soon as I walked out of here. I told Jesse, because Jesse's our rich friend. I said, Jesse, if I was rich, that was the first thing I would put in my house. Like, I'm not even joking. That's the top of the line edition with all the bells and whistles. It's like $14K.
Yeah.
If I was rich, it'd be worth it. I would put that in my house because I would use it every day, multiple times a day.
It's the feet for me.
It's the
Feet
shoulders,
and calves.
It's got to be a drop. It's got to be a drop.
It's the feet for me. That's for sure got to be a drop. But I put it on the lumbar or the spine correcting mode, and it fucking gets into my shoulders, dude. It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Spinning, screaming. Oh,
that makes I mean, almost had me. That makes me want to get rich more.
For $14,000, yeah.
That makes me want to get rich more. Like that inspires me to have even more drive, so I can have one of those.
Would you game in it? Could you see yourself gaming in it?
No.
Because you got to sit up.
Can't do anything. The hands are one. That's my favorite part.
So I didn't do the hands. I did it wrong yesterday. I reached back to do it, and
No, yeah, you put your hands in there, and it fucking my wrists and hands are so like I got arthritis in them. I'm pretty sure already.
Yeah.
They crack. Like you can. These bitches crack. You can hear them. So that shit. All right, I'm off my soapbox.
You're good, man. Shout out to Dr. Eric Duncan, too. He's super cool when he came through.
Yeah.
Jerry and I met him last night. Got to talk to him a little bit.
I've never been more excited about a partnership with Woodward Sports.
Shout out
not
to
Coliseum, not drinks, not nothing, weed, alcohol, titties. Don't care about that. That's what gets me.
Warriors lost Steph Curry last night. Still got the W.
Yeah.
Draymond's the point god. I mean, you kind of forget Jimmy's like him as well. Like Jimmy's carried teams to the finals by himself as well. You got a distributor like Draymond who also plays deep. Like they still might be able to catch this.
I would not be surprised if they still won the series.
I mean,
they have the second and third best players in the series.
Was Steph a bad fit? No, I'm just kidding.
No, literally, when Steph Curry is healthy, they have the second, third, and fourth best players in the series. When Steph Curry isn't healthy, they have the second and third best player in the series. Like,
yeah,
Ant's number one, and he's playing like shit. So they're.
That's just one game though. They had a little bit of time off.
He played bad in Game 7 too.
Bro, the last two games.
Yeah.
They're 12 of 76 from the three ball.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He was 0 for 13 in Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like he's not doing good right now.
DNC says 1400 is a 2015 Tahoe. I'd rather have that than a 2015
Wait, that
Tahoe.
was the.
I swear to God, I would. I would take the bus.
That's numbers.
Those are
the past two games?
The past two. They're Game 7 and Game 1. They're 12 of 76 from the three-point line.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You can't win a series like that.
No, and that's why they'll bounce back eventually. They're
100%.
going into – what is it now? It's not Oracle.
No, it's just 0-1.
Oh, yeah. Still Game 2.
Yeah, so they'll be in
they got to win Game 2. But that's a must-win.
Fuck Minnesota.
You just have,
I wouldn't care. Like, I love Ant.
I love Ant.
I would love maybe even more if Minnesota lost every playoff series.
I've said it before. My love for
Worst
Ant
fans.
is canceled out by my hate for Rudy Gobert and my hate for Minnesota as fans.
Yeah.
So, like,
It used to be like triple whammy for you, too.
Yeah,
Cat was there. Pat Bev was there.
it was Cat, Rudy Gobert, Pat Bev, and Kyle Anderson. By far the most hated. You can't pick a team of people. Like, it could be a team full of Nazis, and I would hate the Minnesota Timberwolves more. Like, that team was awful.
All right.
Okay, relax.
That team sucked, dude.
So
Chair guy's talking crazy.
I might be slightly biased.
Open it up.
This might be slightly biased for me because I've always been a Warriors fan, and I was ecstatic when we had Jimmy join the team. But I mean, like, you put two guys on the same team where they have proved a lead in a game is not always, you're not comfortable when these guys are on the court. Curry has proved that it's 100% like if you're down, you're gonna come back. Jimmy Butler is one that can do that too. Like that's
Can't count any of those guys out.
But
No.
yeah, like you can't count any of them out. Just like he just said, and it's
Yeah,
crazy
tell
to
me,
me
man.
how much. And you just look at the chemistry. Like when Jimmy came in, it kind of looked like he was already a part of the team. Like he's always been there. Like you see all the guys, like they show love for each other. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Him and Buddy Hield are like
Yeah, him
the
and Buddy Hield
funniest
got
duo.
Buddy
ever.
Hield
Funny
is.
And
Yeah.
Buddy Hield,
Dude, he had
people are
30
slept
in
on,
game
dude.
seven,
slept
yeah.
on, bro. And I've always
He just
wanted
stepped in the
Buddy
Clay's
Hield to
role
be
like
there.
perfectly.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always wanted Buddy Hield to be on Golden State because I just feel like he
You, man. I
fits
want to
that
be a
role.
Piston.
Buddy Hield was
But-
playing pretty good defense on Ant yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like
How much did Buddy have?
I mean, you'd be
I know he had, like,
amazed at
14
how
in the
many,
third quarter
like,
alone.
a couple
24.
shots does to your defense.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you get a lot better defensively when the ball's going through the hoop. But
Oh, yeah.
I remember he was
I'm-
supposed to be one of those guys. He just
I'm
never really
with you
panned
guys
out.
though.
in Sacramento.
I
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
see this. I want to see this Steph Curry, Jokic, like Western Conference Finals. I would love that because
That would be
talked
awesome.
about the
Yeah, that would be
the
lit.
legacy we talked about yesterday. If both of those guys have that at stake going into that series, look, I love SGA. I love Ant. Those are great players to watch, but ultimately they got time to write their
They got
legacy.
time, yeah.
They got.
Let the
want
old
this.
heads get one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more.
Buddy Hield with 24, 5 or 8 from 3. Jimmy Butler at 20 and 11 and 8 assists, so he was 2 away from a triple double. Ant shot. Let me look at Ant's numbers. 1 for 5 from the 3-point line, 9 for 22 field goal
gross.
percentage.
I don't know if you count on that happening again.
Mike Conley 0 for 5.
No,
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying.
happen again.
They're gonna even that up, and you can't count as much as I love the guy. One of my favorite non-Pistons ever. You can't count on Draymond to hit threes like that again.
Yeah.
You know,
How did he hit
4
last
for
night?
6.
That was the
is-
dream.
Oh, he's 4'10". I just looked it up.
yeah, but he had I think he had 4 in the first half. Like, and then
was
he
4 or
What's the
6
meme
in the
though?
first
Talking about
half.
Draymond shoots threes like he's wearing a backpack.
he's wearing a backpack, dude.
Yeah.
It's so accurate. Like the dude wearing a
Very
backpack.
accurate. Backpack threes.
He shoots him like that.
Yeah.
It's- I love Draymond. He's probably not going to do that again. But you never know. Talk about known playoff performer.
He's such an
Draymond
interesting-
Green is
yeah,
a known
yeah.
playoff performer,
like
dude.
defensive player. He's not uber athletic. He's not like great offense. He's
It's
just
the
it's
arms.
smart.
It's the arm length.
It's
It's the
utility.
intelligence.
Yeah.
He is
and
one
the
of
lateral
the
quickness.
smartest
the brain.
defenders ever to play
Yeah.
in the NBA.
And he's got
And
some long
that's-
ass fucking
He has
arms.
long-
That's
ass
coming
arms.
from Steve
He's strong,
Kerr,
too.
too.
Yeah.
That's coming from Steve Kerr, who played with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he said that Draymond is the smartest defender that he has ever seen in his life.
Oh, for sure.
And it's
because even
crazy.
Dennis Rodman was
He was-
uber athletic.
yeah, he was super athletic.
Yeah.
Unlike Draymond has a little
Draymond
bit,
is
but
like
he's
Dennis
just-
Rodman, but not athletic.
Yeah.
like,
Jason Tatum with a handle.
yeah, like no, but they're like the same
Kinda.
size. They kind of play the same role. I love.
They're both
Draymond.
kind of crazy.
They're both very crazy. Love Draymond. I got to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy because of Draymond.
Do you remember when Draymond said that shit about Cat, and then didn't apologize?
About him being a bitch or
No,
something?
about his mom.
No.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
said he
dude.
did. He was like,
Didn't
bro,
Cat's mom die?
I like, he was
Yeah.
like, I refuse to apologize or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
I was like,
That
bro.
was the one time I was like, all right, Dre, like, a little
Hey, bro.
too far, you know.
He is who he is, bro. He is who he is. Sag nasty, dog.
Yeah. There was an incident or something like that too, where I think Bob Myers called him into the office to have a talk about the whole KD situation. I guess Draymond basically told him to fuck off or whatever.
He punched Jordan Poole in the face and then got him traded. And
Yeah.
and their team was better.
Yeah, that was funny, bro.
And Poole went on like a.
They don't win that shit
1
without
year
Poole.
run.
They don't win that chip without Poole. You know
That's
who they don't win?
crazy.
You
And
know
he's gone now. He's just dead.
You know who they don't win any of those chips without? Draymond Green.
I'd
He
rather have
punched all those
Draymond than
superpowers
Jordan.
out of Jordan Poole.
He took his soul, dude.
He fucking He took his attribute.
Yeah, but if you're Jordan Poole, why are you picking a fight
You
with
don't
Draymond?
talk shit to Draymond.
Like, you know he's about that shit.
He's just a light-skinned kid that went to Michigan, dude. Just
And,
shit
Yeah,
talking.
probably a little Michigan State.
We have a pretty big
You know,
announcement.
yeah.
For who's going to be on the show on Friday.
Oh shit.
I just got confirmation. Do you want to? We could tease it. Tell the people when we come back from break.
Do I know?
No, you don't know.
Okay.
Nobody knows. I literally just got confirmation.
200 likes.
Fill in for you.
Fill it in for me
Okay.
on Friday on the desk
All right.
with you.
I'm trying to think.
I'll
who.
give you one guess.
Okay.
It's not anybody. It's reasonable, but still awesome.
Terry Foster.
Terry Foster.
Okay. All right. Ha! Look at me.
Good guess. Pretty easy. Terry Foster will be on the desk on Friday. Just
Shout
got
out.
confirmation. But anyways, way to ruin the tease. No, let's go to break. Cody Ingle said it's J-Mo.
That'd be crazy.
What up, though? It's J-Mo on the desk. Dude, that'll be fire. Tell us about Mark White.
I'll tell you guys about Mark White because if you're looking to buy or sell a home, my guy, Mark White, gonna do you right, get you in your brand new home and save you up to $5,000 in the closing costs. Simply give him a call today at 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesales.com. That's 248-290-8242 or visit him at markwhitesales.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner? Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card. And did you hear that?
Yeah.
What was that? And get use of all the amenities, including access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. I thought that was you going in my ear.
No.
What was that?
That's why you turn your shit down. I started laughing. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on WoodsportsCom. I'm Eazy, Joe by Smo, Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, as well as Shampoo, a.k.a. Jerry, a.k.a. still looking for a nickname for my guy.
You got to put your hands in it, too. It does the hand massage. Dude, just forget. You're not going to be able to.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck, Nick.
Oh, God. Yo, Spinny was Halliburton clutch. I mean, it was going to.
That was extremely talented move by Spinny.
Dude, did you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
That's pretty crazy.
Is he one of the ones? I mean,
I'm just glad that the Cavs moved on from JB Bickerstaff.
I'm just glad that Kenny Atkinson was the best
the
coach
driving
in the
factor.
league. Yeah, he's the
That's
driving
why
factor
I was
of all the
so
success.
mad, bro, because I'm like, all right, you're coach
Dude,
of the
throw
year,
the papers,
and
Nick.
you let
Get 'em
this
out.
happen. Like, how do you
Put 'em in
let
your crotch.
that happen? I was so mad. I'm like, you just got coach of the year. There's no way that you don't have a game plan for that type of late game situation. Like, they could have avoided
They should
that
just followed him.
completely. Exactly.
That was a choke.
Exactly.
That was a choke.
That's your coach of the year.
Coach of the year choked.
Just, you know.
Dude, it's the best. I'm telling you, it's the greatest thing of all time. But, yeah, that was a great shot.
Nick's just like upside down.
Great shot by...
picking his nose for him.
Dude, isn't it awesome? You can talk. They'll hear you. Your mic's close enough.
Yeah, this is unreal. I still don't know what's going on yet, but that shot last night, I was in what the hell is going on?
What the heliante?
What the hell, Deontay?
Yeah. What the Halliburton?
No, that was
That
an
was a good
unreal
one,
shot
Jerry.
by Hallie. I hate the Pacers. Like, I know you guys were saying about the coach of the year, and I hate the Pacers more than JB getting screwed, but that was an unreal shot.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of cast the Pacers hate aside for this series just because, like, fuck Kenny Atkinson. Like, I just
absolutely
straight up.
And and then like another thing I know we've been talking about on the show, like, and Anson talked about it. Oh, Miles Turner. Yeah, bro, we're not getting Miles Turner. Like, he came out and said after the game was like, oh, I love this team. Like, this squad has something going special in the future. Like,
but he's not the one making the decision.
Yeah,
come to death row.
You know, come to Death Row Records. We are Death Row Records in this scenario.
He's loving it over there though, so it's gonna be tough to get him out of here.
Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But like, does the GM want to pay
dude.
you? You know, like, or do you want to take less? NBA guys never take less, by the way. It drives me crazy.
People say they love everything and then they get paid somewhere else.
I love Chris Paul. One of my favorite players. I stopped liking him when he was fucking just started taking big ass What do you mean you want to win a fucking ring, brother? You keep taking the most money possible. You're not gonna get anybody to play with because you're trying to take every fucking last dollar. You don't want to win. You want to get paid. I'm not mad at you, but quit telling me you want to fucking win.
I don't like Chris Paul. He's dirty.
What do you mean?
He's dirty. He takes
all
cheap
good
shots.
players are.
I wouldn't say
except
all.
for LeBron.
I wouldn't say all.
He's dirty in like a bitch sense though. LeBron, the face.
Like Chris Paul takes dirty cheap shots at people.
Yeah.
Like dives at knees. Fucking punches.
We just got done praising Draymond Green.
Yeah, that's different though.
What do you mean? It's different. He kicks guys in the nuts.
That's my show.
Rudy Gobert.
That shit's awesome, dude.
What are you doing?
You can't
pick and choose.
I can.
I mean, you can.
I can, and I am.
You can. That's fair.
Because Draymond will still beat your ass, like in real life too.
I mean, Chris Paul's 6'3".
Yeah, he's not beating Draymond's ass.
Not Draymond's, but us probably.
No
Maybe not
way.
anymore.
You see him fight Rondo, bro?
Yeah.
Like?
That shit, Rondo
spit on him, dude.
Yeah, Rondo. I'm pretty sure Rondo. No, Rondo's wife beat up like a fan or some shit like
Rondo's
that.
a crash
in the parking
out.
lot.
Rondo's a crash out for sure. Talk about long arms. I would not want to fight Rondo too.
Underrated, I feel like.
Dude.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like the legend of playoff Rondo is.
Yeah, playoff Rondo
Actually, we
was
saw.
something
I
crazy.
think it got validated in a
0
Lakers run
points.
too when they won that shit. The Mickey Mouse one.
Yeah.
Playoff Rondo he was shooting fucking threes.
Yeah. Wasn't there one game on the Pelicans where he had a triple double without points? It was like 20 and 10 and 10 with like 10 steals. Or
I'll
something.
never forget that series where him and Drew Holiday just went absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I believe it.
It just ended.
He had a nasty floater too.
That's
in
one of
the
the.
paint.
That's one of the best like defensive backcourts. Short-lived, but like ever. Drew
man.
Holiday and Rajon Rondo.
Oh yeah.
Talk about two demons, dude.
If Boogie worked out with that, like, because I think Boogie came like a year later, and I think Rondo and Holiday were still on the team. I know Holiday was. I'm not sure about Rondo, but like if that AD and Boogie pairing, I wanted to work so bad.
It's crazy.
That was such an awesome stretch.
I feel like it should have like
What?
Boogie and AD.
It definitely should have.
They both could stretch the
100%.
floor.
I mean,
love-
it did. They just blew it up.
Yeah,
I
because they're
love
the Pelicans.
Boogie, especially like.
Crazy.
Okay, here we go. But when he came to Golden State, bro, I loved it. Like,
Boogie Cousins.
forgot
was the
about
man.
Yes,
that. Yeah.
bro.
You remember when
That
Brittany Griner
was-
said she could beat Boogie Cousins?
Yeah, it was embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie.
Gino Auriemma cooked her.
yeah.
Cooked
I
her.
mean, she should be.
Kevin
cooked
Durant
fast.
did too, bro.
Yeah.
It was
Like
bad.
grown men can't move that guy.
Gino Auriemma, the best women's coach, one of the top 3 women's coach of
You
all
told
time.
this
What'd you
7
say?
times.
He said I would sell every asset I own, liquidate all of my bank accounts, and put every penny I have.
He
on
said
DeMarcus
no.
Cousins.
He was like no referees.
Yeah.
He was like no referees. Like if it's a one-on-one with no referees.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
I think that thing just
it's
massaged
crazy.
the fart out of Nick over there.
I think it did too.
I just heard it.
Shaking him like a little gassy baby. Dude, it gets you everywhere.
Yeah, this is wild. I've honestly been so sore, like after softball.
I'm telling you,
and
bro.
then I hit the gym last night. This actually was super well needed. Buy a chair.
Massage chair warehouse.
Massage chair warehouse.
It's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Phil, it's like a damn race war. I don't know what's going on in the chat right now.
I don't know.
Our chat's pretty toxic.
Our chat is toxic. We love it though.
Remember that one guy used to be in the chat all the time? He literally was an openly racist
Yeah,
guy.
what was
Clop sauce.
Clop
Right?
sauce.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out Clop sauce.
R.I.P.
The
Now
nicest
known as
racist
Cousin
dude ever.
Keys. I'm just kidding.
The nicest racist dude ever.
Nicest
he would
racist
like be like, I agree with your point, Easy. I'd be like, yes, I am a racist. What?
Yeah, it was weird.
It's such a weird dynamic.
I met someone like that in real life when I was like 13, and he was in a motorcycle gang. And he let me sit on his bike and everything. It was really weird.
That's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it was really
Because
weird.
how can you say you're racist then? Like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You fake racist.
That's why racists are literally the dumbest people.
Dumbest people.
The dumbest people.
Yeah.
Now you can't even.
Relax, Danny G.
What?
I can't. You got to read it. I can't read it.
What do you say?
Danny G's comment.
The Pelicans team was so fun to watch.
No, the one after that.
Brittany Griner sounds more like a dude than me.
One more down.
Oh, I'm not reading that. Why would I read that?
Well, I can't read that.
Yeah.
You can read it. You just said you hate a team of Nazis less than you hate the Timberwolves. All right, when we get back, Trajan Langdon, or do we just hop into it now? We got time.
We got time.
You guys want to do it now?
Yeah.
All right. Trajan Langdon was at the podium today for the end of the season press conference, and he has some interesting stuff to say. Mainly, the conversation we've been having: the Pistons stay put, do they make a move? And this is what he had to say.
Trajan, when you have a team that takes a big leap like you guys did this year, the prevailing theory is, okay, you got to make the next big step, make the big step, get another guy to go alongside Cade. Can you tell now if you think you're at that stage, or do you need to learn more about the players you have?
It's a really good question. I think you can. We have to learn more about our players, right? I mean, Asar played. This is second season, obviously a shortened first season, and he had a shortened second season because it didn't start on time, and really didn't have a summer either because of his blood clot last summer. So that's exciting for him, for us, that he's going to have a full summer to actually train as a pro that he really hasn't had yet, and for him to have the season that he had without a summer, without really a training camp, without the first month is pretty incredible. And that's something that we're looking at, seeing what that's going to be. I think JD took a huge step after the first 25 games. He was a different player the last 50, 60 games of the season. And he got off to a slow start. And we're hoping we're going to push him this summer as well. And I think he's willing to take that up to another level. And so I think if those guys take steps, we get better. Ron's 19. He didn't have a true summer either. He's going to have a whole summer with us in this building and in different places that, he'll have a summer league to train. And, those are, Stu will get healthy, and all these guys will come back, and there'll be a continuity with this, not only the roster, but with the coaching staff and his philosophy that this group has never had before. So I think that will be a positive through the summer and into next season as well. But the questions will be there about what do we do? Do we add another person, or do we just build from within? And again, like I said before, we'll look at all avenues and decide what the best avenue is for us.
Hey! No, that was a great question by Wojo. That's the question everybody wanted answered. that's the question.
I was so confused at first.
A great question by Wojo. It's the question everybody wanted to know. It's the question that everybody wanted him to answer, and he answered it as I expected. Are they going to make a trade eventually? Yes, they kind of more than likely. Yes, they do. Unless you have the Celtics situation and you just need to add pieces, but.
It's contractual.
They're gonna see what they got next year. They're gonna see like he said, Asar Thompson didn't have a summer last year. He was dealing with blood clots. That was basically him rounding into midseason form in the playoffs. So You like to see him get better. Ron, he talked about the age. Jaden Ivey, they want to see what these guys look like together.
What name did you just say?
Jaden Ivey coming back from injury, being an extremely important piece and a starter on this team.
He didn't say that name.
We got his words on Ivy. He did say something on Ivy.
Oh, but did he have to get reminded of it? Initially asked about the whole situation. I didn't hear Ivy's name at all. It was very interesting. We're not going to the video quite yet, Chris. We'll get to the video. But we're pointing out what just now when he was asked about the future of his team, what's going on with it. He did not mention Jaden Ivey not once.
So you don't
talked about the continuity of what they got going on right now. What they had going on continuity-wise in the playoffs just now, excluded Jaden Ivey.
So you
now, Jaden Ivey, great guy.
You don't
we
want to
didn't say nothing about the encore stuff.
You don't want to hear the next 20 seconds of the press conference?
Is that the next 20 seconds, Chris? Do you have the question included?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the next,
as long as you got the question included.
All right, this is what he had to say about Jaden Ivey.
Was Jaden Ivey, how would you assess his season before getting hurt? And did anything he do over the first 2 months change the way you guys view his ceiling or his long-term potential in the NBA?
Yeah, I probably didn't. Definitely didn't mention several players, so I apologize for that. J.I. has a session today. He's down there working in the weight room and on the court. This has been painful for him. He's an incredible human being and teammate. He's been supportive, but it's been hard watching our run and watching the playoffs and knowing how competitive he is. And he won 2 games for us. So in the end of the day, that's huge. And he had an incredible first 2 months of the season, and he helped us turn around. So I'm excited to see what his summer looks like and what he's going to look like coming back in the fall as well. He's a guy that impacts the game on both ends of the floor and in between in transition. So adding him to the roster that we have, I think will create an even more explosive dynamic and something else that our coaches and players can use to help us win games and have even more success. And I think he's going to come back a better version than he was last year.
Something I totally do.
Weird.
He had to get forced the Ivy question answer out of him.
He also
we was talking about the core and asked about what are you doing for the future. Not a mention of it.
He started by apologizing, saying that I didn't mention everybody. That's
well, hey, what you should.
That's on
he
me.
also didn't mention Stu.
No, he mentioned Stu.
Did he?
Did.
He literally mentioned everybody but Ivy.
He didn't mention Marcus Sasser. Come on, dude.
All right, fucking.
Did he mention Bobby Clintman?
No, he did not.
He did not.
He didn't mention the guys that don't matter.
Yeah. But he did go on to after that, he went on to speak more about Ivy and how impressed he is, how he did not think of how good of a shooter he is. Don't worry, I got that too. Do you want me to play that?
He didn't listen. He asked him what was he impressed with. He said his work ethic.
His work ethic, his shooting, and his defense are all better than he anticipated.
He just mentioned those things. He said he was impressed by him.
Yes, he did. Look, we got it. You want
got it? Yeah, he said he was impressed by his work ethic.
All right, here we go.
I listened to it.
Here we go.
For 2 months for the first time, was there anything about
Say it again.
Seeing him up close for 2 months for the first time, was there anything about his game that stood out to you that maybe you didn't appreciate or know fully from afar? Just things that impressed you about him watching him up close?
His everyday approach to the game, I think, is something that if you're not within these walls, you just don't know. Very passionate, very competitive. He's one of our hardest workers. His ability to shoot the ball was better than I thought coming in. His ability to guard, I think, took a step from his previous 2 seasons to last year. His willingness to get up and impact the ball handler. Those things were, you can feel them when you're watching the game. I think the guys he was guarding, you could feel on the floor. Gets to loose balls quickly, gets a lot of deflections. Obviously can be a secondary scorer and primary at times. So I think he took a huge step this past season. But I just think his overall competitive nature and professional approach were things that I didn't understand when I first got here.
Competitive nature and professional approach. That was the basis of it.
So you missed the part where he said he could be a secondary scorer and a primary scorer at times. You missed the part where he said his shooting is better than anticipated. His defense has much improved and is something that teams feel on both ends of the floor. You missed that part.
They though, I mean, that negative net rating speaks to me.
And he won them 2
that
games.
That below 500 record spoke to me.
And he won them 2 games.
Yeah.
Okay. and they were under 500. I love you guys individually, for separate reasons. I don't give a fuck. You hit 2-game winners. They are under 500. What the fuck does 2 wins when I'm not even in a playoff picture mean?
They didn't have a start time.
They were on the journey.
Like, what do they mean? You're not even within the fucking sniff of the playoffs. I don't care about the fucking 2 wins you had against the horrible Raptors and who was the second one against?
Atlanta was one, right?
Yeah, Atlanta was one.
I don't know. I think one part, and I think I did send this part actually too, non-intentionally to deal with to segue into this one. This is where I'm talking about when it comes to basketball players and numbers. When you can translate those numbers into wins, that's when it means something to me, and that's what Cade Cunningham proved to him. How about you play that one?
Yeah.
Steps. There's a couple of things you'd like to see him work on.
Yeah, he had an incredible year. Stats-wise, he was fantastic. He got better, but I think people that knew basketball already knew that he was a hell of a talent, and he was capable of doing that, but he hadn't driven winning. And he was our main driver. He was the driver of winning for us this year. I think that's the biggest step, and that's the hardest step to take is turning your stats into actually meaningful things and driving winning. It's really, really hard to do. I think he was looking at other people and had targets on their backs. And I think now he's going to have a target on his, where people are going to be like, well, I'm going against Cade Cunningham tonight. I'm going to get my rest because people are going to be watching, and I can make a name for myself, and I can really impact, my stature in the game if I have a really good game against the Pistons and Cade. And I don't think that really started happening until probably game 60 or 70, where people started looking at us and him in that manner, and I think it's going to start from jump next year. So I think the big thing for him is just, we've talked to him about it, just getting in elite shape. Obviously incredibly skilled, incredibly talented, understands the leadership part of it, now has a little bit of late season experience and playoff experience, knows how that feels. So kind of understanding what you're training for in the summer. Once you've experienced it, you can train for it because you felt it. If you've never experienced playoff basketball, you can't understand the level you have to go to. And now he understands that, he's felt it, and so he should be training for first, second round of the playoffs and not training for game 45 anymore. And so being in elite shape, I think it will be a huge thing for him.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. That is, you got your first taste. You know what's coming down. You know what you have to look forward to now, what you have to be ready for now. Those fourth quarters, after playing 40 minutes, after 90-plus games in the season, get ready for that. Yep. Like, you got to be ready for that, and that comes with getting in elite shape. And I loved what he said about the stats were always there, the numbers were always there, but he made it driven to winning. And people how many times have we seen Pistons put up empty stats, i.e. Jeremy Grant, i.e. Rodney Stuckey, i.e. Mason Plumlee. Yeah, chill on Mason Plumlee. All these guys put up good stats for the Pistons, but none of them won. Cade had put up good stats 2 years ago, wasn't winning. This year, he was putting up stats and affecting victories, and that is what takes you from a good player, an all-star, to a star, superstar level player, and that's what we saw, the evolution of Cade Cunningham.
And my thing with Cade is, yes, what he said was true. Like, game 60, 70, he proved that he was kind of that guy. But in my opinion, Cade had been that guy, even before the NBA. You watch him at Oklahoma State. He was that guy. Mont Verde was different because, you just had
Scotty
Barnes, Moses Moody, R.J. Barrett. That's just, you didn't need to be that guy. But, when he needed to be that guy, he's shown that he was that guy. There's not a lot. Now that people are finally seeing it, like he said, there's going to be a target on his back. But I think him going out and attacking everybody and putting targets on their back just helped show hey, I'm here. I'm here now.
I'm here.
You see me
hitting game winner threes over Kevin Durant, dunking on LeBron James, winning those games.
That this guy's legit.
The Hawks one was my favorite. Obviously the Miami one had so much more he put up the Detroit, but the game-winning lay, and then the game-winning block, he's just a complete package. I love
going bar for bar with Anthony Edwards, and arguably Anthony Edwards' best game of the year, where he dropped 40+ and you come out victorious when you put up 30, 10, and 10. That's shit that people are like, okay, all right, Cade's here. He's legit.
And you know what's going to help, too, with Cade Cunningham, with that fatigue, with that energy that he talked about just being in shape is one part of it. But the other part of it goes back to the earlier conversation of that second guy, of that help. That is going to help Cade tremendously. We saw that in the playoffs. How much of this team, like how good did they look at times when they got juice from Dennis Schroeder, Tobias Harris? These guys that are good offensive players but can't be consistently good offensive players. That was an issue, and you saw that when those sparks were given to Cade, how much better he looked, how much better he operated. That's only going to amplify when Jaden Ivey, when insert second name, becomes that guy next to Cade Cunningham. So I think everything Trajan said in this press conference is 100% true, especially in these two clips here. And I think it's going to amplify when Cade gets help, and I can't wait to see it because Cade is going to keep ascending. What we saw this season is not the prime of Cade, is not all Cade can do. Cade is going to get better himself. He's going to get stronger. We heard him talk about working with Melo in the offseason. Him getting stronger and more conditioned is going to do a lot for him. It's going to help him draw contact to finally get to the free throw line, to hunt mismatches more effectively,
to not miss layups, in the fourth quarter playoff games.
Yes.
To have the legs underneath you to go up and shit that bitch on the fast break in the fourth quarter of game 87 on the season or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Nick, sorry, Jerry. Nick just got his eyes cleared. You know, clear eyes, full heart, can't lose, done with the massage. How you feeling about Cade?
Can't lose. I think it's super smart that they had this conversation with Cade because it ultimately is the next step. I mean, you saw Donovan Mitchell last night basically playing 48 minutes because he was the only guy out there. Cade Cunningham, I will say this and I'll say it over and over again. He had late turnovers within these playoffs that, you know, kind of restricted us, or he didn't hit the big shots when he needed to.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big reason why we were there, and he was also a big reason why they ultimately lost these games against, a team that was right there with them. But I think this is so big of Trajan Langdon to say to the crowd and to say to the public is because he's going to hold them accountable. Like, there's no more, like, this was your first taste, but, there's a next step, and you got to take it, Cade. And I think that's great that he had that conversation. Real quick to circle back, though, I think it was intentional that he didn't bring up Ivy in the core. I really do. I think you say the name Jaden Ivey when you're mentioning everybody else, or you don't, and he didn't until he was specifically asked about J.I. That was my first takeaway when I heard it live.
And you're an Ivy guy.
I am an Ivy guy. I think Ivy will be a big part of this team. But to hear him not say that, but say Asar, came back from injury. He didn't say anything like first time about, can't wait till we have Jaden next year, when he was speaking about that. That was the biggest takeaway to me, that in that first, question, Jaden Ivey wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, and I just think, I agree with that. You can see it. I mean, what I got out of this is you just look into depth about the team that we have right now. A 19-year-old Ron Holland who proves that he can defensively keep up in the NBA his first year. And obviously he had 19-year-old mistakes. That's going to happen when you're a young guy in the NBA. Obviously your nerves are high. You have to go out and perform for those older guys. There's a sense of nervousness when you play with guys who know what it's like, because you don't know what it's like. But I mean, what was crazy to me, and this is going to be dangerous, you give Asar a whole summer.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's going to come back crazy next year if he gets a whole summer. And then Ivy obviously was working out during the press conference. These guys are in.
They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're in the mode still already. They want that back because they know what they gave up. Mm-hmm. They know that series. They gave up that series. So
and that stems from the top. It stems from J.B. Bickerstaff and Cade Cunningham. That those guys are pissed off about how the season ended. They know that they should have won that series. So, you could feel that throughout the team. And as Trajan mentioned about Jaden Ivey, his work ethic is there. Kid lives in the gym. He's ready to go. He's rehabbing. He's done with rehab pretty much now, and he's just ready to get back into full 5-on-5 NBA basketball shape.
And then you look at what he said about the veterans, too. Like, they want him back.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, like, that's if they want to stay. Like, we want them here, but obviously they're going to go out and look for some more opportunity with money. But they want them here. They want Beasley back. They want Schroeder back.
As they should.
Yeah. I don't think that it's intentional, that it was intentional that he left out Ivy. I think it could be indicative of subconsciously how he looks at this situation. But I think you can honestly, I can respect you jumping to the conclusion of that being intentional when paired with the reports saying specifically that you want who back? You want Beasley and Schroeder. And we talked about this a lot. Schroeder did a lot of the things that Ivy did for this team. He provided value there. And I don't know. I think it would be more indicative of them wanting Ivy or picturing a bigger role for Ivy if they said they wanted to target specifically Beasley and Hardaway, because those are two different archetypes from Jaden Ivey. But
that's a good point.
Schroeder is a similar archetype to Jaden Ivey, so I think that it's fair to jump to it. Now, I'm not ready to go there. I don't think Trajan is there. I think Trajan's in a situation where he's like, okay, prove me wrong, or just force my hand here and make yourself a part of this core going forward. I think that's where he's at, but it's fair to look at him leaving him out of the press conference and the fact that they are targeted Schroeder and Beasley instead of instead of Beasley and Hardaway. I think it's fair to jump to that conclusion. I'm not mad at it.
I want to continue this conversation when we get back.
Why am I not surprised? Let's keep that going. Let's just do Les Stanford, and then we'll come back to White Claw and Dr. Pierce.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me tell you about Les Stanford. Les Stanford Buick GMC has great offers for everyone. Get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for only $259 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for only $169 per month. Don't forget, you got the Hummer EV SUV, only $699 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
Calling all Tiger fans. Join us for the White Claw Tigers Watch Party Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join the Woodward Heavies as we hit McShane's, Irish Pub, Nemo's Bar, Second Best, and Old Miami. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. Scratch that. The hottest team in baseball. Join Spencer and Eazy on Friday, May 23rd for our first watch party at McShane's Irish Pub in Corktown. It's the White Claw Watch Party, brought to you by East Town Distributors and Ven Johnson Law.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944.
What up, welcome back. Whatever Waits Live, Woodwardsports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spimo Rex, Young
What up,
Chris,
though?
Nicholas Kohloff, Young Shampoo in the building as well. Smash that like button.
Shampeezy.
Be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Basically, I'm going to go back to the first clip we played and a little bit of the conversation you guys were having before we went to break, and it was the mentioning of the young core, staying put, and the lack thereof, Jaden and I being part of that conversation. It literally had to get forced out of them. And I don't think it was intentional as much as it was an accidental tell. Like, I think you saw what the core of this team is. I think you saw what the bigger picture is. I think you saw what fits around Cade Cunningham. I think Jaden Ivey still obviously has room to prove that he's a part of that as well. But as of now, I think you know it can work without. And the reality of this situation is you're not going to be able to afford all these guys, straight up. Like right now, we could barely even afford the 3 veterans we want to bring back that we saw success with. But come time to pay Duran, come time to pay Ivy, you're also paying. You're not going to be able to afford. Sorry, after that, you're not going to be able to afford to keep all of them. So it's like you're looking at the bigger picture in terms of short-term success and long-term success. If I could go, and this is no disrespect to Jaden Ivey, I want everything to know. Like I troll you guys. I troll the fuck out of you guys. I think Jaden Ivey, I've said it a million times, as an individual player, I think he's good.
Yeah,
and I think he's even a better guy. I really do. But in terms of basketball and success of my favorite team, I just don't know that he's necessarily a part of it, a part of the big picture. And outside of, and again, this sounds gross because I am a fan of him, I'm a fan of the team, outside of using him in a trade package to acquire something else. Because when he was asked, getting that big piece, that star, is it going to be likely through free agency or in a trade? Again, hypothetically, he emphasized, I don't know if I sent this clip, but I will, it would be a trade. And because you're not going to be able to pay these guys, you'd be a dumbass to lose them for nothing.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And who, like,
and I don't think Trajan's
you're going to have to get rid of 2 of them then for that to make sense.
Well, you could pay 2 of them.
Yeah, so you'd have to get rid of 2 of your young core. Because if you're bringing in somebody, that's the salary that you're losing by trading Ivy. Like, if you're bringing in a star, you can – the money makes sense either way.
Yeah.
If you're going to bring in star or you're going to pay the young guys, the money's going to be the same either way. If you're arguing the fit, and that's what you argue, you have an argument there. But the money-wise, like, it's the same either way. Because if you're getting rid of Ivy, you're doing that to bring in a star who's probably making more than Jaden Ivey would. Yeah. So that part, yeah, whatever. But
that part,
I don't think that they're going to do it this year. I don't. I don't. Could it be Ivy? Could it be Durant? Who knows?
Yeah, I think it had to present itself.
I think they're going to.
They're actively looking for.
Yeah,
you know?
And I think they're going to run it back next year. I do. I think they
should.
want to see what they've got with all these guys. With Asar with an offseason, with Jaden Ivey healthy, because we didn't see Cade, Ivy, and Asar on the floor together last year, except for like 2 games, or whatever.
I'm with you. I think they should, because you never want to be the desperate side of the deal, because that's how you end up getting stripped of everything, and you give up more than you need to. Like, an example, I always hated it, but when New York traded for Melo, he had 1 more year left on his deal. He wanted to come to New York. You were going to get him in free agency.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck did you give up everything that would have provided you a championship roster alongside signing him to get the guy you're going to get in a year either way? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be the desperate side. And that's why I think you should run it back. Because in an ideal world, Ivy, in actuality, Ivy did shoot a lot better this year. And I did think he was a lot better on defense as well. I like what I saw out of Schroeder and Cade. And I think Ivy could fit into that Schroeder role. Just clean up the turnovers a little bit, which I think comes naturally through just becoming a better pro, playing more ball, at this level, I should say.
Yeah, 100%.
And look,
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, you can imagine Ivy brings a much more offensive presence, in my opinion, than Schroeder. Like and defensively, why does that surprise you, Eazy? Like,
no, it doesn't surprise me. Like, I expect someone to say that. I don't know that I think he is probably more explosive of Schroeder in his prime, and he's developing the defensively. But like Schroeder turns the ball over less. I think Schroeder's a better finisher. I think that's what irritates me the most when I watch Jaden Ivey, the basketball player. As far athletic as you are, I think you should be finishing a lot more efficiently.
He needs to start trying to shit on people.
Yes, like that's
the same situation with Cade, though. I believe. Like,
yeah.
What?
With finishing,
they need to be better finishing.
You should be going and dunking on everybody every chance that you get when it comes to finishing.
Cade's not even that type of athlete, though. It'd be,
Yeah, but you can still turn it over on somebody. We've seen him do it before.
Yeah, he did it to Cat. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it should be done every single time. But with Jaden Ivey, like, I would just love to see him and Cade go together. Like you said, Spence, we haven't seen him, Asar, and Cade, and I think that's deadly. You defensively too. You put Ivy and Asar in the backcourt for defense, like. That's a problem, and I'd rather Schroeder's a great defender, like laterally quickness, like he's quick enough to keep up. But Ivy has that too, and you give him a year to develop because
especially with JB.
Yeah, it'll be
like see what they did. Just a little. We always had faith in Duran's defense. We saw a little bit of something this year for the first time.
Yeah, and you have Schroeder.
What Stu became this year defensively,
crazy, and it's like you have Schroeder as a veteran for Ivy. Like I don't think he's gonna complain about not playing because he sees the potential of Ivy. You have him teaching Ivy along the way, like with JB, like you said. Like Ivy's gonna be a completely different player, I think, next year when it comes to defense and intelligence, when it comes to basketball IQ, and with that scoring title too. I think he turns down the turnovers because he's getting a feel for it. Like, I think he's gonna change the way he plays. And going with Cade, I think that's why I think we give him one more year. Like, he needs to get one more year out of us. I believe.
I'm always been with the one more year, unless like the Devin Booker thing's right in front of you. Obviously,
another thing I've been seeing too is like, I know these are fake mock trades or whatever, but a lot of them I see Tobias in that. How do you guys feel about? Like, I know we said we need a stretch four.
For Tobias, the reason Tobias has to be in these trades is because you got to give up that salary to make the salary work. He's the highest paid player on the team, not named Cade.
$25 million.
So you'd have to give him up if you're bringing in another big salary.
And the free agency is not that bad if you look at it. Like, we got a Jabari Smith in there. We got like.
I want to see what Jaden Ivey can do with the enhanced spacing of the with Malik Beasley out there too, like to open lanes up for having Tobias and Beasley on the court with Jaden Ivey opening lanes to the basket.
Well, we saw that.
I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah,
he was 17.5 points. I'd like to see more of that,
especially with how I'm sorry I didn't cut you off, but like especially with how teams are going to play Beasley now that he just proved how much he can shoot the ball. They're not going to help as much in those lanes. Like, it's going to open everything up for us.
Who is the highest? Like, how much you think? What type of contract you think Duran's getting?
I think Duran's going for a max extension. I think that's where he's starting.
Probably.
I think that's where he's starting. I think that's why Trajan said it's not getting done. Trajan was like, I don't.
He's hesitant.
Yeah, he's hesitant to give Duran or Ivy the situation. Man. And look, you have to be. Look at this new CBA. Like, we have not really seen the ramifications of this CBA in terms of championships quite yet because it's kind of gotten grandfathered in the last couple years. Damn. We've seen teams get hammered by it. The Clippers, the Suns.
Making 37.
We've seen that, but the issue is that we haven't seen a team built during the CBA era to a championship contender quite yet. The ones that were contenders were contenders before and in place. Why not just roll the dice? You have to on all these young guys and see which one, if any, can be that second guy. Can it be Duran? Can it be Asar? Can it be Ivy? Can it be Holland? Or can the combination of them plus the money work to where we can keep them and have success? We saw that with the 04 Pistons. That's an anomaly team, but you know what? Sometimes you can't count on building a team off of anomalies, but sometimes you can. And so I think in this CBA era, it's smart to roll the dice and squeeze every value you can out of these rookie contracts. They're way more valuable than they were years ago.
Jalen Duren's going to require $20 to $30 million a year to retain him.
Easily. I think you're looking at Nick Claxton money.
Nick Claxton's making 24.5.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't hate that.
I think that's
I
where
don't
you're
hate that at all.
starting.
But if I'm Jalen Duren, I'm saying Isaiah Hartenstein's making $29 million a year. I'm better than Isaiah Hartenstein.
For me, when I'm looking at Sengun, who I got the 33, 37.
Sengun's at 37.
Like 37, it gets rough. 30 is like where I'm at.
DeAndre Ayton is at 33.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Yeah.
Well, we were actually.
we all
on the
knew
same
that
page.
was
True.
Fugazi.
James Harden, though, I don't know if I'd rather have him either. Did you see the stat that James Harden has had more turnovers than made baskets in the playoffs 26 times in his career?
What do you mean, it's like 26 games?
Yeah, in 26 games,
Yeah, I can see
playoff games, he's had more turnovers than made baskets.
His biggest mistake
That's crazy.
in his career was thinking he didn't need Chris Paul.
Yep.
That was clown
Kobe
shit.
did come out
And same
and
with
say-
Dwight, too.
Same
He
with
pushed
Dwight.
Chris and Dwight out, and that was the best version of the Rockets.
Yep.
And Kobe did, rest in peace, Kobe did come out and say, like, his style of play won't win him a championship.
That is true.
And he's
I
proved-
agree.
And
I agree.
I believe it's 3 or 4 different teams where he's lost game 7s.
Yeah, I think Jalen Duren.
He's been the
Jalen
guy.
Duren's looking for $30+ million a year. Because Jared Allen's making 30, Hartenstein's making 29, Claxton's making 24. He's gonna want to be over those guys.
So what's the salary? What's the cap space then? Not the cap space, but like where you're capped at before you hit that apron.
Yeah, I don't know the number. I don't know the number offhand. I'd have to look at those numbers again. But the Pistons are
154.6 million.
So Cade's at 50 some.
Let me see the Pistons cap space.
Yeah.
So you got 80 between he and Duren.
Yeah, he's for sure getting more, especially if like you see Ayton is making 33 mil, bro.
The Pistons
I'm taking
have
Duren over
for
Ayton.
sure.
Listen, the same people bitching in the chat right now all want DeAndre Ayton. We're bitching at me, but I told them,
bro,
fuck that.
Look at Duren. Like Duren should be making more than Ayton.
In 2025,
What?
they got like 30 million in cap space.
And 154 is your allotted amount.
Yeah.
I
But
guess
that-
I'd have to
but
sit
that goes
down.
up every year.
Probably not something to be entertained to do live on air, but I have to sit down and like break down what everything would look like.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think right
I
now
don't think 30's that bad. It's
no 30
tough, but-
you would want to go under 30 for sure. I think you can manage 30. I think I would get uncomfortable past 30.
Me too.
I would love him for, in between Claxton and Hartenstein. If you get him for like 26, that's, I think, a great deal. I don't know if you quite get that. Depends on how good he is this year. But the Ivy thing.
Real quick, sorry. Paper Chunga says Sabonis makes 30 million. He's much better than Sabonis. Sabonis makes $46 million a year.
Yeah.
And he's not better than Sabonis.
And I think Sabonis
is better than Duren.
And
Not even close.
And I think Sabonis is close to a payday again, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
And to me, he's more of a power forward anyway.
Yeah.
He is a power forward.
Yeah.
What were you
stretch
saying, though,
four.
Chris?
Oh, I was just saying, like with the Ivy thing, I don't think right now. Obviously, that's why it's a wait and see approach. But I don't think right now Ivy is getting a lot of money. I think Ivy is getting 6-man money right now,
For sure.
because if you look at it, there's not a lot of teams that have cap space either. So, like, as tantalizing of a young player as Jaden Ivey is, there's not a lot of teams willing to spend. You're gonna see some. You're
Shit's
gonna see some
change.
cheap deals.
That was a crazy crowd behind you, Chris.
What's that?
Thank God for you talking just now.
Thank God for you talking, Chris.
I can keep going. I
That's all
can do
the
this all
corporate
day.
Janes.
Huh?
It's all the corporate Janes.
I mean, were they going out tonight or something?
I don't know.
Golly.
They're all bad though.
Tortas.
Every single one of them is super high.
Yeah, I guess you're right in the sense of like the whole NBA landscape is going to start changing.
Yes, and
Especially
so
the money these guys are
so like you're gonna see that become like how the NFL values those rookie contracts. You're gonna see that in the NBA because the CBA is so strict. You're gonna see teams want to get aggressive and try to get first round picks because that's a controlled asset for a guy. If they know that player can fill a role, be a starter, or even better, be a star on a rookie contract for 4 to 5 years, like.
Yeah,
you love that. You love that. So I think that's why if you're Trajan, he's letting this cook because get your value.
That's also crazy too, though, because these guys are going to be 22, 23 years old coming out of college nowadays because of NIL. They're
stuff,
staying in college, so they will be ready to play compared to back in the day when you're drafting an 18-year-old project waiting for him to be good by the time he's 22, 23.
Trajan was kind of bitching
Yeah,
about
he
that in the
walked-
press
yeah, I
today,
was-
too.
Yeah,
because they
that
were
was a
talking
great
about,
point by Trajan. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
that
he's a
was-
goddamn.
that was a great
he's like, you're
point.
picking at 37. He's like,
Yeah.
but like the amount of talent you're getting in the second round these days where kids can come back in NIL, make that
Yes.
same amount of
They
money.
just had the lease declared for a draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. No, the NBA made a lot of changes. These aprons really.
You can't speak on anything definitively because like Chris said, we have yet to see.
We have yet to see
anything play out.
A team like the Pistons, the situation the Pistons are in,
Anything
where
built in the apron.
they have multiple guys that are normally would have gotten super rookie contracts, like rookie max contract extensions, with a guy that already has one. We haven't seen that happen in the new apron era. So
This is OKC.
Challenge forever.
let's see.
The general managers agree.
Trajan could define how this works. OKC's going through the same.
Yeah.
They're about to go through the same thing as well. So we'll see. Can you hang on to all these guys? I don't know.
You're not going to.
Yeah,
That's why he said he's not doing the deals this year.
The era of the super team is dead unless you're just Scott Ishbia or Matt Ishbia and you're just saying fuck it, I'll take the penalties, just go win. See how that worked out, but
yeah,
I think that's the roster more than
definitely.
the philosophy.
But I'm just saying, I mean, you can do that, and if there is one owner in the NBA other than Matt Ishbia that would say fuck the aprons, I'll pay for it,
our guy.
go win a chip, it'd be Tom Gores. It really would. If you're asking me one owner in the NBA who's gonna sack up, put his nuts on the table, and say I'll eat those apron penalties, pay all these guys, let's go win a chip, it would be Tom Gores.
Nice picture of the fear factor. I'll eat those right now.
I'll eat all those bugs. Luigi Gaming in the Woodward Sports Chat with the Super Chat, he said, who could we get in free agency? I wouldn't mind Bol.
I don't think we can.
Bol
Bull is a
stop
crazy pull.
I was wondering what happened to Mo Bamba the other day.
Give me Kelly Oubre. Give me a 4 that could shoot.
I need a 4. I need more of a 4
Jabari
than Kelly
Smith is
Oubre.
Chris,
there.
you just
Guys,
want
can
Kelly
we
Oubre.
afford?
Tom.
Can we afford to go get even? Can we get a piece?
I
I don't think
shouldn't
we can get a
want
piece
Kelly
like
Oubre.
that.
Fred Van Fleet. He's
Okay,
on the
so
opening
that's
option.
my question.
Ew.
Like, do
Fred
the
Van
Rockets
Yeet,
have to get
fucking
rid
gross.
of
Kyrie
Jabari?
Irving? Yeah. Oh yeah. Jabari's done because they paid Sengun. They paid Jalen Green. They're gonna have to pay
Fred
Amen
Van
Thompson.
Fleet.
They still
Then-
got
Well,
Brooks
Fred
and-
Van Yeet's
They
gone.
paid Brooks
He's a free
22.
agent?
Free agent next
They
year.
paid Brooks 22.
He's a club option. $45 million club option. See you later, Fred Van Yeet. You're not a Rocket next
He's a
year.
big part of that, though. I
Yeah,
feel
but
like.
you got Amen Thompson now.
Yeah, it's true.
Julius Randle.
I forgot.
Julius Randle's a free
Julius
agent.
Randle.
Don't want Julius Randle. Ron Collins. Are you bringing home Bruce Brown? No, we need 4s. We
Yeah.
don't need. Let me see. All right.
Nas
I
Reed.
really don't think free agency.
We
we're
talked
gonna add
about
much.
Brooke Lopez
If-
just to bring shooting.
LeBron
and-
James. No.
but Bring him home.
Dorian Finney-Smith is one that Chris brought up that I wouldn't hate.
That's my guy.
Bring back Marvin Bagley. The chemistry is insane.
No, he's going to be in Washington or New Orleans, wherever.
Chris
Troy's
Boucher, I wouldn't mind. Can protect the rim, can shoot the 3.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to talk these names, we also got to talk about which one of these veterans you're.
Bucket's a free agent.
I seen that.
he's
Maurice
so
Wagner.
Yeah?
I mean, I knew he was going to work out, so he got that nickname straight up.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Fucking cum bucket. How long do you think it'd take you to fill a bucket?
Oh, dude, I don't know. At least a year, like, right?
I wouldn't even.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind Brooke Lopez.
Have you been listening at all?
Pause. Yeah, bro.
Brooke Lopez, I wouldn't mind either.
Bucket of
I like Brooke
Bucket of
Lopez a lot,
Lopez.
but Brooke Lopez is going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Yeah, they definitely did 5, so yeah. All right. I don't know if you want to get into the Brad stuff, the Lions stuff, or keep talking Pistons.
Let's
I'm
go.
down
Let's
for
keep
whatever.
going. Let's keep going. We got 5 more minutes.
Yeah, let's just wrap
Okay.
it up.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we're talking about free agents.
Yeah.
Then one of these veterans aren't coming back. In my opinion,
Yeah.
probably Schroeder, because I feel like Heidi
Schroeder and Tim.
steps into the Schroeder role. Yeah, and or Tim.
I think. Listen, I know everybody's like, you got to bring back Schroeder. Do you got to bring back Schroeder? I would like Schroeder back. I like Schroeder. I like what he did. Do you got to bring him back?
No.
No. You got to bring back Beasley. Have to.
Yeah.
Second in the league in 3-pointers made. Need him on this team. Tim Hardaway Jr., appreciate you. Unless you're looking at a veteran minimum to stay with the team, sorry. If you're looking to get more than fucking $6 million a year, Timmy, sorry. Thank you for what you did. We'll see you somewhere else. Schroeder, I would like him back, yes. But if it's between Schroeder and upgrading that Fontecchio spot with a better stretch 4, I'm going with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, there is a path because these were your guys that you can retain them and add a player, but it's gonna have to be really tricky. You're gonna have to make the numbers work. So the most likely scenario is you're signing somebody to bring you over the cap, and then you can operate with your mid-level exception over the cap, which is what you'll pay Beasley. So, in other words, you're looking to bring in one guy for 14, 15 million, which, I would like Dorian Finney-Smith. I think front court shooting would just help Cade and this team tremendously.
If you're going to keep Ivy, you need the front court shooting.
I'm ready to see more Marcus Sasser, too. I like Schroeder. I like Schroeder, but I'm ready to see more Marcus Sasser.
I'm gonna get off the wagon right there.
You should have
almost had us, Chris.
Almost has, Chris.
I mean, big shot maker. I like you, Chris.
I mean, look. I think.
I like you, kid.
Hey, Professor X agreed with you, Chris.
I think he's fine. Like, I'm not expecting the world of him, but I'd rather, again, I think the stretch 4 upgrade plus what Ivy gives you, and having Sasser as your fifth, he'd still be like your 4th or 5th guard, so that's fine.
Sasser plays 8 minutes a game, makes a couple threes.
Daryl Slaughter here says, who leads the second unit? Ron Holland leads the second unit.
Yeah, next year.
Spoke on Ron.
Ron Holland.
Is anybody nervous about what we saw to be? I mean, the fact that it was kind of an anomaly in his career, and it's also in a contract year, especially after getting dicked by Fontecchio.
Yes, absolutely. How many times do we have to see great contract years? Like, how many times? Like,
all the fucking time.
But that's why I'll put so much money on Ivy and Duran this season. Like,
if Beasley played defense, I'd feel so much better about it.
3-pointers.
Yeah, you're right. Ivy and Duran's contract years.
That's why I have a lot of confidence in this team, because I believe, like Trajan said, the Asar factor of it, giving him time, plus contract years for Ivy and Duran, dude, they are going to come locked, loaded, motivated. I think this is going to be a very good Pistons season for this team. I think a lot of these young guys are going to take the big step.
Put it on wax.
Put it on wax. How far are they going?
Where are they going to be?
Everyone screen record right now.
Yeah.
I think next season they are going to the conference finals.
Hey, I like it. Microwave Chris in the booth.
Microwave Chris in the booth for sure.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. I like having expectations, fellas. We don't shy away from them.
Yeah, I don't.
How do I switch?
I'm re-signing Beasley.
Like 4 of your 5 starters are 23 or younger. You can expect all of them to grow. I think that's fair. You add up all of those player growths plus getting one guy in free agency. I don't think that's a crazy stretch. Now, it could depend on seeding and matchup, but I think a conference finals expectation next year is pretty fair. I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I think that is a very fair assessment given how much you can expect internal growth.
There isn't a 3.
It's kind of like the Lions in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Lions. They missed the playoffs in the next year NFC Championship.
They made the NFC Championship
football, though,
is
a little different because it's one game, but I'm not mad at that comparison.
The only teams I guess I see like taking a step with us, I'd make that tough.
Pacers
and Orlando.
Yeah.
And
Milwaukee's falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
Cleveland, are they going to have to get rid of somebody?
Cleveland's
falling off a cliff.
Maybe, and obviously Giannis is talking about
Garland.
I think
Mitchell,
Cleveland needs a new coach.
Jared Allen.
Yeah, I think
Evan
Cleveland needs
Mobley.
a new coach for sure.
Crazy.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Mobley missed 20 games.
Malik Beasley has hit over 200 3-pointers 3 other times in his career.
Yeah, but he had 300
Yeah,
this
but
year.
He had 300 this year. For sure.
That's awesome.
But listen, he played.
Hear me out.
He played over 200 more minutes this year than he did in those other seasons.
But
What about
let me.
He had.
Shut up, Chris.
He attempted. Let's see, 766 this year, and he attempted 542 last year. And
like per game.
Per game.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Per game, he
Blood type.
attempted 9.3. That's the highest of his career. He's attempted eight or more 3 other times, and he shot 39%, 37%, 35%. This year, he shot 41% from 3. Last year, he shot 41% from 3, but it was on 7 attempts per game.
Maybe give him another 1-year deal.
He's
About a
not
2
looking
at
for that. He's
20
looking
per.
for a bag. But the thing that concerns me
His
is that the
career,
last 3
he's
years,
a career 40% three-point shooter.
Yeah.
the last 3 years, though, going to this postseason, the last 3 postseasons before this one, I don't remember his numbers this year, but he shot 34% from 3. So he has been consistently, we look at regular season numbers, but consistently in the playoffs, he's had a dip. That's the part that scares me.
I think that's natural. The playoffs are playing.
Yeah, but
teams.
34, 35 isn't like.
We know this year he was like that, and he made, half of the second most in the league because he was the second option on this team for basically the entire season. You don't want him to be the second option on this team. No. That's why when Jaden Ivey comes back, it'll get even easier for him. So he's just right there waiting for somebody to ball on a Jaden Ivey drive. Open 3.
Best part about Jaden Ivey's game, collapsing the paint. Everybody comes to him. They got to, and they have to in transition. It'll open things up for Beasley. That's where Jaden Ivey thrives. I think that's a great point, to be honest.
I think we're a top 5 team in transition in the league, straight up. Especially if Cade's coming
Straight
up the board.
up. That's because we play defense.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why in today's
and we got like a Asar, great passer, Cade, great passer.
Super Bowl Cartier says you sell the farm for Giannis though. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
I saw some Pistons fans on Twitter yesterday. It was like
they're in the chat right now.
It was Asar, Ron, 2 firsts. I think it was Ivy, Ron, Tobias, 2 firsts and a second for Giannis, and they were like, "No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that." I was like,
"Yeah,
come on, guys, what are we doing?
Get rid of that.
It's fucking Giannis Antetokounmpo."
I saw one for Zion that was like too affordable. I was like,
Tobias in like 3 first rounds.
How do you say no?
How do you say no? And it's not what we want.
Yeah, if you can have,
if you can get them for dirt cheap,
that's the
Cade Cunningham, Malik Beasley, Asar Thompson, and Giannis. What are you gonna say no to that? Like, no, come on, guys.
Yeah, Giannis.
I love our guys too. If you offered Milwaukee that, they would laugh you off the phone.
Giannis is one of the 5 best basketball players in the world,
and
you don't say no to that.
3,
probably 3.
Yeah. Who are your 3?
Giannis,
Giannis, SGA.
I don't know. I think I'm putting Ant over SGA. Like, SGA without foul baiting is Dennis Schroeder.
He's Jordan Clarkson, and we didn't fucking know it.
I took SGA out of my list when I heard that accent.
Yeah, but look.
There's no way, come on, guys. We got to win.
Anthony Edwards would be, if Anthony Edwards wasn't 2 of his last 30 from 3, he would be no doubt number 3 for me, but.
There also is a stat from SGA that you take away his free throws and he still leads the league in scoring.
Yeah.
Ooh. Chat, who are your top 3 basketball players in the world right now? Give me Iguodala.
I want Iguodala.
I think Giannis is second best, though.
All right, we got to go to break.
Yeah, we got to go to break. Cheese and fam.
Tell us about Caesars, okay, and then we'll come back to Lady James and Jars.
Yep.
Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan the QR code above my head or use promo code Woodward1000, and your first bet up to $1,000 you'll get back in bonus bets, meaning if it doesn't hit, you get it back. What are we talking about? Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use that promo code, scan that QR code, it's Caesars Sportsbook.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an amazing haircut, a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk-ins always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
It's Austin. Jars Cannabis, guys. Make sure you check it out. Visit shopjars.com to find a location near you. That's
probably the
7
worst
locations in the state of Michigan, including 9 in Metro Detroit. One's coming to Milan, Madison Heights, and more. Visit shopjars.com.
Probably the worst. That's probably the worst take of all time.
Hey, LeBron. Ben Simmons is here. We're good. He has that, and Colin also has he tried dunking on Lamar when that pick was made.
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, which obviously he looks like a clown on as well. To be fair, like being up here Monday through Friday, you're going to have some.
You have to say stupid shit.
Those ones were kind of egregious.
Those were very bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if
everybody's
going to
have bad takes. That's what we do.
And I think sometimes they're
But hey,
they're
LeBron,
intentional.
Ben is here. Like,
That
has Ben ever shot in his life? Sure, say that sentence. It was never part of his game.
Everybody that's been said to be the next LeBron hasn't worked out.
There's just no such thing.
Sean Livingston, no, but like aggressively not worked out.
Yeah,
Like
Zion.
Sean Livingston, Zion, Jabari Parker, Ben Simmons.
Giannis the only one. I don't
Justin
think he's
just
ever labeled
posted
next to LeBron.
Justin
But
just
Giannis
posted a
is Shaq.
fucking essay on Twitter, dude. Jesus Christ.
About hockey?
No, about Woodward Sports and being happy. And I'm not reading that shit.
Happy for you though.
He tagged all of us in it.
Oh.
Yeah, I posted the meme. No, shout out Justin. He's been here for it marks a year that he's been here. His first day, remember? During the draft.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Good
Shout
dude.
out.
Remember who gave you your break, kid? No, shout out Justin, man. He works. He works very hard. He's always down to help. Always down to do different things. He's good at what he does. That fucking mint julep breakdown he did. That was
gas.
that was elite, dude.
It was a fit.
The fit was
Yeah,
fire
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Shout out.
Had a mint julep.
Shout out to Korean Jesus, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Shout out to Justin. Jerry just trained with him today.
Yeah, he was dope. He was a good guy.
Cool guy.
Yeah, you could tell he was like talking. He was talking about Woodward today, kind of in his feels about it.
Oh yeah.
It's helped me so much, man. I was like, yeah, bro, like cool. No, like you feel for him, bro. Like
Yeah, for sure.
You get opportunities out of this place that you wouldn't expect in your
That
career.
you literally
Like,
dream of.
Yeah, 100%.
This is I've said it before. I was
That's what people.
I was
like.
risen up this bad MILF at Sandbaggers one night, and like
It's helped me with that too.
it helps me with that a lot.
Yeah.
I've told you about my
It's about to help.
my mission downtown about how I take them downtown.
Yeah. I was
Works
yeah,
every time.
I was telling him the game plan.
Works every time.
Yeah.
But literally, I think I'm like 9 for 9 on it in my past like couple months.
Did you
But-
tell him about that guy from Cali that you took a picture with?
No, but
Bro,
it happens
It
like
was crazy. He was like, "Dude, I'm from Cali. Like, I talk to you. I watch you guys Monday through Friday.
damn, what was
Like,
his
it's
name,
the only
Tom?
connection I have. Like, can I take a picture with you for my wife?"
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was. I'm sitting here like, in like realization, like, yo, this is crazy. Like everywhere we walked was like Woodward.
But yeah, I was risen up this MILF at Sandbaggers one night, and she asked me, she's like, so like, what is your? Because I told her what I do and stuff like that, and she's like, so what is your eventual goal? Like, where do you want to be? What do you want to do? And I was like, if I could,
with you.
if I shut up, but it like hit me. I was like, if I can comfortably support my life, I want to do what I'm doing right now for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Detroit sports.
That's the
It
dream.
is by far my dream
Yeah.
job.
That's like when people are trying to talk shit like about the network or about the job. It's like,
Cool.
Okay, you're hiring me at the next one.
Yeah.
Like,
This is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. Keep hating.
That chair helps.
Chair helps.
That
dude.
chair
helps. Shout out to the Pharaoh Q from Massage Chair House.
Dr. Eric Duncan.
Get off the Justin thing. He is big time helping produce Woodward baseball. You guys got to check it out. It's going to be a blast. We're going to bring you guys so much baseball content. I know you guys are dying to hear more about the #1 team in the American
Shout out
League.
Professor X.
We are going to be doing a lot of breakdowns, videos, giving you guys all the content that you want over at Woodward Baseball. So make sure you guys go check that out. Justin's going to be a massive piece of Woodward Baseball, along with myself and Lentz in the back. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I just want to say before we get off of it that my moment came very recently because I've been here for a while, but my moment came really recently where I've always been appreciative of this, but when I got to do the Pistons game with Terry Foster, the Pistons preview for the playoffs, Pistons meaningful basketball, dude, that was my moment where I'm like, dude, if I could just do this forever, life is perfect. Life is sweet, man. It's honestly it was surreal. It was absolutely surreal.
My favorite part is when people give their input on the business who aren't in the business.
Yeah.
And
they don't know anything about it.
Clue.
Yeah.
About anything. Completely irrelevant and also just completely incorrect. But it's whatever. Everyone
Appreciate all you guys in the chat.
Yes, for sure.
Always.
Shane Daniel says you guys hold it down for me when I was in Vegas. That's what I was telling Jerry because he met the guy from California. But I'm like, to be honest, like a lot of our listeners are out of state Detroiters, or Detroit sports fans. And it's kind of the cool part is when you meet somebody that wasn't from Detroit, that's out of state, listens to Detroit stuff. Because how did you become? I was born here. Like I inherited it from my uncle. You know what I'm saying? You chose this life, and it's had its downs. So and you stuck through it. Like, how did you become a fan of Detroit sports outside of Detroit? I think that shit's interesting. Matter of fact, if you are that person in the chat, I put it in. I want to read it.
While we're on Detroit sports and following dreams, couple of guys. Couple legends of the Detroit sports world. Actually, Bally Sports Detroit recently let go, boys. Breaking news.
Yeah, Mickey York.
I don't know if you guys heard, but today or yesterday, they let go of Mickey York. One of the pre-show and post-game, pre-game and post-game, and during the game interview reporter. Also, today just broke Trevor Thompson. Let go from Bally's. So update for the people, Mickey York and Trevor Thompson out. Just want to say congratulations to those guys on an incredible career in Detroit because they've been legends of the game, and I'm sure if they do go on, and they're going to have a lot of success moving forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've met Trevor Thompson. I've never met Mickey York. Trevor Thompson's a very cool dude.
Yeah, I met Trevor once.
Tigers and Wings.
Yeah. I'm sure Mickey York is also a very good dude. I've just never met him before, so I don't want to speak on who he is.
Dude, I've been watching him cover the Pistons since I was a kid.
Yeah, legends. It's cutthroat business, man.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's why people don't know shit, can't talk about the value on you because you're here for a reason.
Yep.
Advertisers pay to be on your show, have videos with you in them for a reason.
Absolutely.
It's a new era.
Yeah.
Old man.
Yeah, let go of the past, old man. But
fucking some old piano guys.
Shout out to shout out to Mickey York and shout out to Trevor Thompson for two amazing careers in Detroit sports and Detroit sports media. Two legends at their craft, and two guys that I grew up watching my whole life. So they will be missed. Yeah. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about something else.
Lions, baby!
Lions, baby! But first, tell us about that comfortable chair you're sitting in, Nick.
That's easy.
Oh, it's easy?
Oh. Well, I'll tell you
Tell
guys
us about the comfortable chair Nick's sitting in.
About the comfortable chair that Nick is sitting in. It is from my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, who came through yesterday.
Cool guy.
Set it all up. Great guy. Yeah. Sorry. If you're looking to upgrade your relaxation at home, check out the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills, the largest massage chair showroom in the Midwest. And I, quite literally, talking to him yesterday, has guys from California, like athletes. That's where they go to. Is up here in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, which is cool. Michigan-made business. But
if I was rich, I would have one of these in my house, no doubt.
For sure. And top brands chairs like Infinity and Osaki, located near the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road. Experience luxury comfort with Dr. Eric Duncan, the wellness doc, creator of the YouTube Massage Chair Review channel. Book a visit at www.massagechairhouse.com or scan the QR code. Massage Chair House, your ticket to the ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? You should see what I did there. Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts, Woodward Sports.
Morax here to talk to you about Mad Packs. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they're partnering with Woodward Sports. You know what that means? I'm going to be feeling great all summer long. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level, high-low, delivering you high for the low, top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. Blizzard Packs, THCA moon rocks that hit like a blizzard. Coming to select retailers in May 2025. Stay tuned for Woodward Sports for the latest updates on Mad Packs.
What up, the one mate? World Heavyweights live on sports.com. Me, Joe by Small Reaction.
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Young Jerry in the building as well. Spinny and I got into a little bit today in the group chat because some news came out about Pick 70. And it's true value to help Detroit Lions fans kind of, I don't want to use the word swallow because it's an immediate pause, but to swallow the price you paid to draft Isaac Tesla. And it was an article from Jeremy Fowler who had mentioned teams like, do you actually still have it up on your phone? I believe it was the
Rams.
Raiders, Saints. Who was the third team?
The Broncos.
All had visits with Isaac Tesla that were both drafted like 71,
71,
73,
72,
74.
and 74.
Yeah.
It was Raiders, Bills, and Broncos.
Raiders, Bills, and Broncos. And obviously Brad Holmes did what he did.
Or it might have been Bills, Saints, Broncos.
Gave up, I think Saints were in there for sure.
Yeah, I think then it was Bills, Saints, Broncos because I don't remember
Saints,
the Raiders.
Bills, and Broncos.
Yeah.
And obviously Brad Holmes made the massive haul to get there at 70 to make that pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Robert, who's the Robert guy in your guys' chat in BD?
Robert Closia.
Was asking me how you feel about the trade now. I still feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
It has to pan out. That's where I'm going to be on that side of the argument forever and always up until it pans out. Like, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th round pick, right? But if you knew what he's going to be.
1st round pick.
All pro. Yeah.
Easily.
Would you give it 2 3rd round picks to get Amon-Ra? Yeah.
Yes, in a heartbeat.
You would. So if Isaac Tesla becomes that, then yes. But until then, I'm not going to like the value of the trade. And the one we got in the argument about, too, was there was some of the Rams giving up a 2nd round pick to get there.
Yeah, it was reported by
Mike Silver.
Jeff Risdon, and he quoted Mike Silver, and it says, real quick, sorry. The two teams involved here are interesting in that Gladstone previously worked with the Rams. In fact, he took the Lions GM Brad Holmes' old role with the Rams when Holmes became a Detroit Lion. His familiarity didn't hurt as the trade helped facilitate and smooth the on-the-clock trade. So this happened when the Jags were on the clock. The negotiation, the Lions won out. That helps explain the bidding war, the seemingly high cost for Tesla. And he goes on to say it said he was entrenched in the Jaguars' war room. And shortly after the 3rd round began, another potential option surfaced. The Detroit Lions called, floating a possible trade that would see their 3rd round pick, number 102, and a pair of 2026 3rd rounders for the Jags for the 70th pick, and a 5th round selection and a 6th rounder. The Lions still weren't sure they wanted to do the deal, but they were laying the groundwork. And then he said a few seconds later, Gladstone got an offer from the Rams, their 2nd round pick next year for the 70th selection. Now there were 3 scenarios. Try to close the trade with the Lions, accept the trade with the Rams, or stand pat and take the player they wanted. So the Rams called and said, we'll give you a 2nd rounder next year for your pick. Is what Mike Steele.
Mike Silver.
Mike Silver. Mike Chrome. Mike Silver reported as he was entrenched in the Jags war room. So that's what he said, and you don't believe that?
Nah, I don't believe that. I think if that were true, it would have been done. The trigger would have been pulled. And what was reported, the reason why they didn't do it is there is targeting a specific edge rusher with that trade up, and he ended up going at 66. It was something Gillette, some edge rusher. he got picked at 66, so they called off the trade, and they accepted the deal with the Detroit Lions. I didn't do the homework on this. Maybe I should have. How many times a second-round pick's been given up for a third-round pick? But I feel like if you're willing to give up a second-round pick, why are you doing that at 70 when you could get at the very top of the third round? Because that second round's always going to be more valuable than any third-round pick ever. Doesn't change anything for me. I know, again, because Robert Closia and Neil were trying to champion it with like, oh, see, I think Neil thought they're trying to get Tesla for whatever reason. It has to work out.
Yeah.
End of the day.
Every pick has to work out.
Every pick has to work out. But like for
ones that you
one
traded for is added pressure on it.
Yeah. And that's just where I'm at with it. I think it's a misuse of assets until proven so. If I'm going to fuck away picks like that, again, I want to do it for guys that are going to help my team win right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that have already produced in the league. And obviously, if you have high hopes for Isaac Tesla, who I think will be good, I think he fits this offense perfectly. You look at the routes he ran in Arkansas, they were the middle field routes. They're the routes you see Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Tim Patrick, those intermediate middle of the field, that's him all day. Plus, he has no drops, high character, wants to be a Detroit Lion, quite literally his entire life. That was what he predicted himself being in high school.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I think he's going to be a good player. But it's just like, I get where Brad's at too, though. I just think it's misuse of assets.
What do you need out of Isaac Tesla to approve of what was given up to get him? Not in his first year, obviously.
But straight up, I mean, I love Brad Holmes. I think Brad Holmes is the fucking man. So I truly don't need anything. I think it'll be a blunder, you know what I'm saying, if it doesn't work out. For it to be worth the 2 third-round picks, at the very least, I mean, what does Pro Bowl mean these days? But at the very least, a couple Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's got to be a pass catcher that Brad Holmes drafts in the 4th round or higher. Because you look at the pass catchers that Brad Holmes has drafted in the 4th round or higher, and it's Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, and Jameson Williams.
Uh-huh.
So you got to be that. You got to be Pro Bowl level player.
Mm-hmm.
All-Pro even. Borderline All-Pro level
Yeah.
player. Because J-Mo is the only one out of those 3 that hasn't gotten All-Pro. And I think he's going to be borderline next year. So, yeah, I don't think that's crazy expectations. Those are my expectations of him.
I thought you were still going. Yeah, that has to be expectations. That's what you gave up for him. Like, you literally gave up your entire 3rd round. And beyond your 3rd round, pieces you can maneuver to help you. Like, the Chase Young trade, like, it's just so much you could have done with those. But you chose Isaac Tesla. And as a Lions fan, as a believer in Brad Holmes, I'm riding and dying it with you. But if you ask me my opinion of the trade, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I don't like it until it's proven so.
I mean, can't be mad at that, you know.
And I don't think it's a reach. Like, I think it was the clip I sent, whatever, from Twitter, was talking about a reach. I don't think it's a reach for Tesla. You grab a guy where you grab him.
Yeah.
It was a trade.
To get
not
up
the reach
to,
for the
yeah.
player. Yeah, I don't care. You take an Isaac Tesla there. It's just what you gave up to get there is what felt like the reach. But,
Nick?
I mean, I just feel like he does kind of have to be, or he does straight up have to be a stud at this point. Like, you did go up. There was, a lot of talk about this trade, and then obviously more coming out now about, the Rams wanting him, and he's got to be a stud. I mean, it's as simple as that. He is traded up in multiple 3rd rounds. You talk about Broderick, you talk about Manu, you talk about Hendon Hooker. Those are 3 guys that he's traded up for. And this is the one that he traded the most for. So, I mean, I'm not going to go against Brad's wide receiver evaluation later in the draft, I'll tell you that. But I still don't have to love the trade. But I think it'll be really good for this team. Do you think it'll be really good, Eazy?
He has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be. Now, I guess the real question is, when do you guys expect him to be really good for this team? Is it year 1?
Right away.
Is it year 2? And is there
Player of the year?
Is it gross if it's not year 1 in year 2, given what you gave up for him?
Year 2, he needs to be good.
Okay.
And I think he will.
I feel like
I think he's going to have a good year next year.
I think another thing, too, real quick with Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes, is like, your team is so good and so, like, in a sense, turnkey. Like, the talent is there right now that I think you can afford these, like, athletic traits type of draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
again, it's just the trade. Like, I don't care about drafting Giovanni Manu. I really don't. But it's like, because if it works out, you're a fucking genius, and you didn't need the position anyway.
I've said it so many times over the past couple weeks. Like, Brad gets guys in the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds that are just as good, if not better, than a lot of GM's picks in the 3rd round. So he can do that. He can, for all those people out there, be cocky, because the guys he gets in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds play for his team, play big roles for his team, earn second contracts, become Pro Bowlers, become All Pros. Like, he has that kind of acumen. And so if he wants his guy, he can get rid of some thirds to get him. Yeah, obviously he's got to be good. Everybody's got to be good, though. But he does have some added pressure because of the assets given up to get him. But I expect him to live up to that. Like, I think he's going to be a good player.
Year 2.
I think he'll be a good player year 1. I think year 2 is when he's going to really step it up.
I think you're going to see something similar to J-Mo year 2 when he got back, you know, when he started to like get going a little bit, big play.
I think he might be more refined as a player than J-Mo, to be honest with you.
But he doesn't have that crazy elite speed.
Exactly.
But I think you
look at him,
like, expect some big plays here and there. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Not the consistency every week.
Think Tim Patrick, honestly.
Timmy P?
Timmy P, baby.
Next year?
And Timmy P.
Or this year?
Maybe even, I mean, in spurts this year, yeah. But he obviously won't have the full-time role because Tim Patrick's there
he's got to be better than Tim Patrick.
Because of what you gave up for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his ability and size.
Would you say, though, healthy Tim Patrick, you know, before all the injuries,
let's see, Tim
had the
Patrick's
upside of like
year.
a guy you would maybe give that up for?
Let's see.
I mean, they are 3rd-round picks at the end of the day. So is it really like a who gives a... But you also got Lee McNeil in the 3rd round.
Tim Patrick's best year.
Kirby.
He had
but he also
742 yards. It was 2020.
Broderick.
He had 51 catches, 742 yards, and 6 touchdowns.
Say it one more time, I apologize.
51 catches, 742 yards, 6 touchdowns. That was his best year. Got to be better than that. I won't say got to, because if that's what you get out of a 3rd-round pick, that's really good. He will be better than that.
It's what you get out of 3 third-round picks, though.
Yeah, I believe he will be better than that.
You should.
I think
it's a weird middle ground because, like, you know the team will be successful almost regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he'll contribute in some form or fashion, and you'll be a fan of it because he's going to be a red zone threat for damn sure. So it's we just have to deal with it.
I really like Tesla. I think obviously his build, his measurables, and his hands are just absolutely otherworldly. And with the way the Lions scheme up openings for their receivers and scheme their receivers into open spots on the field and spots for them to have success, I think it's a match made in heaven, personally.
I can see that.
But we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. Tell us about Loom.
I'll tell you about the best dispensary. Spring is in the air. Michigan is buzzing. 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles. Crafted with real fruit juice. They got the best cannabis. You guys know what it is. With the best deal going on in Michigan. It's code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order. Everybody here that indulges at Woodward Sports swears by Loom Cannabis. WSN30. Spenny loves it. He's ripping the pen as I speak.
I do love it.
You guys got to check it out. Make sure you use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order.
Everybody here.
And the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
If you are tired of your same old Detroit sports merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab day. Get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that, all teams, all seasons. Make sure you are tapping in for the best Detroit sports swag in the game. woodwardsports.com. Get that merch.
Jerry, what's that thing you flipped up? The red thing on the side.
That's the start button.
Oh, really?
You know that? You turn it on. It's like a car.
Really?
Yeah.
That bitch is push to start.
Push to start.
Hey, fun fact, our guy Eric was talking to us about this. This is a China model, and they were sponsored by Lamborghini. They're partnered with Lamborghini.
Yes.
And I guess that this was
the last.
Why it's push to start.
Yeah.
Because
it was Lamborghini model.
It was
It's the same.
like
They're the same manufacturer or something.
Dude,
Yeah,
I gotta
same
really
manufacturer.
schmooze this guy.
Eric,
I want to keep that.
He's super cool.
I want to keep that.
He is super cool. I guess we're trying to.
I will
we
personally
were trying
do
to.
$14,000 of advertising for you if I can keep that chair.
Yeah. We were trying to, I guess, make sense of the pick. I think we all just accepted it, so I don't want to really trying to bash it because I think you like the player, regardless at the end of the day. But TJ Waymo put in the Woodward Sports Chat says, "What does the talent level of next year's mid-round picks project to be? I don't know, but I would bet Brad and the scouting department does, and they are fine with the trade." And the same way that NIL is affecting the second-round picks of the NBA is affecting those mid-round picks of the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is that third or fourth round area. And I think that's maybe a reason why those picks were less valuable.
That's a good point. Like those 3-year guys that are pretty good but not great and go out and probably be third or fourth round picks. Like, fuck that. I'm going to go transfer to Oregon and get paid $10 million to play my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that makes, yeah.
Because you're not even sniffing
God
that.
damn it,
in the NFL.
college.
It's fucking the NFL.
Luigi Gaming in the Woodward Sports Chat with the super chat. He says, oh, wait, did you read the one from Burn?
I think we got 2 from Burn we haven't read.
Oh, shit. Oh,
okay.
shit. All right.
I'll read the first one.
Yeah.
We could never F them picks in Detroit the way we try to cover draft picks.
I do think that is another thing that's subliminally and subconsciously Lions fans are still so attached to draft picks.
I'm team fuck the picks. Like I said, but for a guy that's been productive in the NFL,
yeah,
they help you win now.
Burn again. Realized I was driving by Tesla's high school for years. There's a cow pasture right next door outside the window of the school. Dog confirmed. It's fair.
Dog corn-fed.
Corn-fed. Oh.
Corn-fed dog.
Corn-fed.
Luigi Game with the super chat says he has at least he has one elite trait. I think he does.
He's got multiple elite traits.
Yeah.
He's got elite
Great
hands, elite athleticism, and elite size.
And I think he's a good route runner as well. He's a really good route runner.
Just needs the separation.
He really, his quarterback was like underdeveloped. Like he's one of those runner guys.
Yeah.
Who just can't throw the football for the life of him, essentially. And shout out to Corey Bash, by the way, who has become a diehard Detroit Lions fan and went and watched some Tesla tape.
Shout out.
Messing about. We actually, it was good. You want to get him on the show, talk Tesla?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, I'll hit him
Monday?
up. Yeah, I'm down. Oh yeah, because you're not gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
There was one more I was gonna read. Maybe some point I was just turn off of. I guess to TJ Waymo's point, and I agree that the whole point I said about the NIL. The NIL is killing the mid rounds in the NFL. It's killing the development of a lot of these guys because they're switching schools, not staying put in one system.
It does.
I could see that devaluing a third round pick.
Absolutely.
Especially when that's in the later of the later of the two. The other thing as well is, I guess if you want to call it a failure or call it anything bad, you would have to look at next year's third round pick years from now and point to me a Pro Bowler or All Pro. And if you can't, then fuck it.
Yeah.
Comp picks included. So shout out to Brad Holmes. I like Tesla, so I ain't tripping no more. I'm off that. You know what I'm on right now, Spinny?
Joseph Doherty said, "Can I talk Tesla? I played with him at Hillsdale."
Oh, that's dope. Hit us up on Twitter. Or do you want to take a call, Nick? He doesn't like taking calls on the spot.
Yeah, we did one on BDE today, so if it doesn't work, it's literally on you and only on you.
Oh shit.
I think we hear you off the
All
chairs.
right, fellas, what's going on?
All right, what's the number?
I will
Call me.
It's
I'll put it in
313
313 post game Tigers.
313-552.
On Woodward Sports.
313-552-6322.
Yeah.
Everybody say a number.
Tigers playing tonight.
Call in, Joseph. Give us a call. We'll see
Call
if
in,
Nick's up for
Josephine.
the challenge.
But until
taking
then,
it.
let's go around the
And
diamond.
don't answer Keys. Just answer Joseph.
So we're going around the diamond, screening calls. All right, what else got this guy?
Yeah, earn your
got to?
paycheck, kid.
Yeah, Jesus. I mean, got a massage in the first 20.
Yeah,
so.
now we're stressing you out as much as possible.
All right, fellas. So the first one on this is, of course, is it a disappointment if the Tigers do not win the World Series? No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say,
But realistically, is this a sweep or bust series going up against one of the worst teams in baseball?
I wouldn't say sweep or bust. You got to win the series for sure. If you don't sweep them, I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck, you let the Rockies beat you? It's baseball. You have now, 2 days off, and you're playing a doubleheader on a getaway day. It's a really weird series because of the situation with the weather in Colorado. No, I wouldn't say sweep or bust. You got to win the series, but not sweep or bust.
Yeah. I'm not tripping. It's baseball, man.
It's baseball.
Like, if it happens, it happens. I get they suck, but I'm really not tripping. I know we got a good team. I know we got good pitching, and that's going to deliver way longer than one loss.
Yeah.
To the Colorado Rockies.
I agree.
Did you see that White Sox play for the ball?
Yeah,
bounced
Luis
off the dude's
Robert.
head?
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, he's in the outfield. I think it was a pop fly. Instead of catching it,
I did
literally boinked him in the head.
I did see Robert just not try to track down the game-winning hit. Like bases loaded, 2 outs. Bobby Witt up. He hits. It was a deep shot to
Who's
center
their
field.
manager? Is he bad? Because he has like a track record?
Couldn't tell you. White Sox skipper.
The worst thing they
Boom.
ever did was hire the Cardinals' old
Tony La Russa?
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah,
literally
dude.
drove that team into the dirt.
He was literally
right when they were on
sleeping in the
up and
dugout.
up. Yeah.
He was falling asleep in the dugout. He's like 80 years old. We got Joseph on.
Yeah, we have Joseph on. He is former teammate of Isaac Tesla.
Watch him just be like, cock and balls.
That happens every time.
You're live on air.
Joseph, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you? You
What's
guys
up,
hear me?
man?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
can hear you. Good job, Nick. Keep your job.
Why the fuck can't I hear?
So you played with Isaac Tesla at Hillsdale?
Yeah, for 2 years. We were in the same class.
Nice. So what kind of guys? Obviously, he's got to be a Dan Campbell guy, or they wouldn't have drafted him, right?
Yeah.
Great guy. Best guy you'll meet out there, for real. He's just a great guy. So you're not going to have any issues with him for that. That's for sure.
I saw some of his one-handed catches when he was going to school.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah, if you want anybody watching that hasn't seen any of his highlights, you got to look up on TikTok just Isaac Tesla from Hillsdale College. He has some crazy good catches. He was a big part of our offense before he left, and it was a big hit to our team when he left. But obviously, he got to play D1, and it worked out for him because now he's drafted. So that's always great.
If you were to make a pro comp for him at the NFL level, who would it be?
Ooh, a pro comp? I don't know. He's just a big body receiver.
Uh-huh.
You know? Like, I don't know if I can make a comp, per se. But I just wanted to say that everybody that's worried about his production, I just think he was underutilized at Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Brad drafted him just for the raw talent and athleticism. In high school, he played quarterback for a wing T school.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
we
he
ran
never-
Ring T.
Yeah, so he was never a receiver, so he came into Hillsdale as an athlete, and he had 2 years to learn how to play receiver, and he didn't have a very good wide receivers coach. Like, he was a good coach, but he didn't know anything about wide receiver, and he turned that into going into a Division I school like Arkansas, and, you know, he's only gotten better since he's gotten coaching. So I think that at the NFL level, when he gets really good coaching, he's going to be a really great player.
And obviously, you know, he's a big guy. He's 6'4". He's 200 pounds. Could you see him playing the X proficiently in the NFL? Because he played a lot of slot at Arkansas.
Definitely. I definitely think he can play X, especially with how, you know, we obviously have Amon-Ra in the slot, so we don't need a slot per se. But, yeah, he can definitely play X for us.
I think he could do it too, honestly. I think he's going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Or why? He'll be Tim Patrick in this offense. I'm telling you.
Hey, Joseph,
Yeah, I think so, too.
We appreciate you
Tim
calling
Patrick.
in, brother. If you want to tell the people anything else about Isaac Tesla. And before you leave, give him words of encouragement. We appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah. One more thing is I lived in the same building as him sophomore year, and I lived on the floor above him when Justin Tucker hit that 66-yard field goal to break a record and beat the Lions. And let's just say he was pretty upset about that one. even more upset than I was. So he's definitely going to give his all for this team. So I'm very excited for him, and he's definitely going to pan out. People are going to be wondering why they were doubting Brad in this one. For sure.
What position did you play on Hillsdale?
Oh, I played linebacker.
Okay. Did you have to cover him in the middle ever?
So freshman year I had to play him a little bit. It was pretty rough, not gonna lie.
Joe, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for calling in, man.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, bro.
Thanks for having me.
No problem,
Thanks
man.
for having me. Bye.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joseph Doherty.
And shout out to Nick for working the phones.
Yeah, there you go, Nick.
Turn around the diamond, too. He was crashing out, worried about it.
Former teammate.
I couldn't hear
of
him
Isaac
at all,
Tesla at Hillsdale.
Yeah,
College.
all good things.
We're halfway there.
Shout
All
out
good
to
things.
Joe, man.
Wasn't talking any shit.
What if he did come on? And I'll guard him any day.
Yeah.
Back up.
He was too good for us. He left us for Arkansas.
It should have been me.
No, that's dope.
Shout out to Joe.
You love to hear that from a former teammate of the guy. That's a W call for sure. W call. So shout out to Joseph.
And honestly,
Doherty
probably
for calling.
best call in Woodward sports, our heavyweights history.
Yeah.
I think. Spur of the moment call like that. I mean,
Yeah.
There's a little insider stuff like that.
I'm trying to get some calls going in the summer.
Very cool.
Very
Yeah, now that Nick knows how to do it. Took you long though.
Now that Jerry will be in the booth.
Oh, we're fucked. We're screwed.
We suck again. Oh no, we suck again. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll do some mail sack. But first, let me tell you about Buddy's. Buddy's Pizza created the category of the original Detroit-style pizza and has been serving it since 1946. With 22 locations in Michigan, there's always a Buddy's Pizza near you. Buddy's is a cornerstone of the city of Detroit, being here for 79 years and is a dedicated community partner. With notable partnerships with local organizations like Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. Save 10% off your order using promo code 10MEAL. That's number 10 and then MEAL. Go find a location near you at Buddy'sPizza.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Oh, welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Get your mailbag questions in there. Jerry in the Professor X chair, living his best life. Yerp.
1 foot. That's like
I think so.
great view of the chair.
Hey, Curry, get one of these, bro. This hamstring one.
Didn't go in?
No. Can you not see it at all?
No, I can't see the trash can at all.
Did any of you guys catch E&E today?
No, I was at the gym.
I was going to say, was Maz distracted? It's a little distracting in there. That's a lot. There's
Maz
a lot
said he
going
was distracted. He said it was hard to do a show in it, but
Yes.
he loves it.
Yeah, it was
For
crazy.
sure. How are you supposed to do a show in that?
They had like 11 people in the back.
Like,
Wait, what?
like when he talks.
Can you hear him?
Justin like walked
Yeah.
in. we were doing like clips and stuff, Noah walked in and they must have had something going on because there was like people.
They always got like 20 people in here for some
matching
reason.
shirts and stuff on the set and all that.
They had Bryce Underwood in here one time.
Where would I be interviewing Bryce Underwood?
Early.
June 22nd.
Yeah, very early. Before he, or
No,
the
that
day
was
after
that
he
was
committed.
Dante Moore.
Oh, that was Dante Moore.
Yeah. And he committed to Oregon.
Yeah.
Now he's at UCLA. How's he doing, by the way?
Not good.
UCLA blows. But I think Oregon brought in another transfer quarterback to take that job, so I don't know.
Mailbag, Spenny/gang. Should Iserman sell the picks for an established player? Been seeing a lot of folks saying that. Thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
I feel
welcome
for the
to
lottery.
the dark side, Spenny.
What
Well,
do you
we're
mean?
at that point now,
Yeah,
though.
you
What
don't
do
need another kid. We don't need another 18-year-old.
All right.
As long as we've
welcome.
had to wait for the
Come
guys
to
we
the
have
dark
now.
side.
Why is this the dark side?
Come to the dark side. Feel the power of
Listen.
the force.
I want him to get an established guy. If that means trading that first round pick for it, yes, I would do that. If they're making the pick at 13, I want a big North American forward. There are a couple guys that I got my eyes on. You'll have to tune in to Woodward Wings on Thursday to hear those names.
Hey.
But I want a big North American forward. So an American kid or a Canadian kid, fucking 6'2".
No more Swedes.
No more. I mean, I like the Swedes. There is a Swedish kid that's fucking 6'3", 200 pounds.
They'll take them.
Yeah, I would definitely take him.
No, they'll
Does-
take them.
Yeah, they probably will. But I kind of want a big asshole Canadian. Like, that's what I want.
Fellas, I know we don't got much time here, but Jackson Jobe on the bump tonight for the Detroit Tigers in Colorado. First time playing in a couple days here. Plus 3,000 for Rookie of the Year for Jackson Jobe. Buddy of mine said he took it earlier today. What do you guys think about that? Is that kind of disrespectful to Jackson Jobe?
Wait, what?
Plus 3,000 for Rookie of the Year for AL.
Who else is out there?
Trey Sweeney.
Jacob Wilson of the A's has been hitting like 340 right now.
After a bad
Christian Campbell.
He's like second in pretty much every batting category for AL rookies. It's a bad rookie class.
No, Christian Campbell, really good for Boston. Jacob Wilson, really good for the A's. Both of them position players. But Jackson Jobe could legitimately hang around a 3 ERA.
If he does, he'll win it.
Do you think he'll get... that's leaning too hard. Plus 3,000. Do you think that's ridiculous, though?
A little bit. He should probably be higher than that.
If the class is that bad, yeah. I might go throw some bread on there.
But that'll do it for
Throw a
us
little
today.
10
Appreciate
spot.
you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button.
Riley Yard card.
Easy for Nick, for Chris, for Jerry. I'm Spenny with the heavyweights. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace out.